Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I don't
man?
have a scary story, man.
I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll pull out
grandfather.
your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just
Well,
saying there's a lot
but
of...
that is what you did.
Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
Ten, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Reach. And this is the way. We're lucky to be here. The power has been fluctuating. Very strange. Very strange. I was sitting in the kitchen, drinking my after-workout drink and listening to videos. And the chandelier that's above the kitchen table goes out. Never has it ever. And this all happened within like 3 seconds. It goes out, comes back on, goes out, comes back on. Then the kitchen light above the sink goes out, comes back on. And then I hear clicking. It's the thing that it's a protector for my stereo, my all my TV and everything else. It was doing its job, and a surge protector, but it's a real expensive one. I got this thing a long time ago, but anyway, and the lights go on and off. So I did a little EVP session, and I may have captured something. Yeah, it sounds like, because I said, hey, who's that? Bop-a-dop-a-dop. I said, oh, maybe that's a sign. Maybe I should, record and just sit there and see what happens. And I heard what sounded like a child's voice. It went something like this. I don't know why I did it like that. It wasn't like that. It was like, yeah. Like it was mumbling. Very weird. So I'll have to get that set up. It just happened like 20 minutes ago. And yeah, so high strangeness here at the Zhuzh house, and we move on, and hopefully we'll see if now the internet went out, everything had a reboot and all that stuff. So if we go out, just hang tight. I'll refresh. We'll be back. Maybe, maybe not. But 9 times out of 10, we're able to keep the stream going because the stream still goes on. It's just if the internet goes out for a second or the power goes out, we'll be back. It's happened several times here in Florida. But anyway, living in a 46-year-old house, it might happen, I guess. I don't know. The last guy who lived here was an electrician, and I had to get some things rewired because the guy thought he was, Tesla. I mean, he built this shed. There's an outlet like every 6 inches. I'm like, all right, I get it. You wanted power outlets all around. Seriously, it's like 14 of them. Stupid. But very, lots of high strangeness around this place. So today, I want to talk about, just a little bit, the false flag. Like, is that really a thing? Just because Werner von Braun said so, and what was it, his niece or whatever her name was, said, and the final card is the false flag alien invasion. Shut off. I got your final card right here. Yeah, it's a jack of clubs, eh? Gush all over everybody. That's old goof on right there. I don't know what happened. But I'm glad you guys can make it. We got our core group. I've got some interesting, real weird videos. Just weird. I know I've been talking about the flat earth. Lately, they've been coming up with some really good stuff lately. Why can't we all go to Antarctica? You know that there's a treaty that all of the countries came together and said, nobody can go into Antarctica. Nobody. Why? It's too cold, too windy, can't save you. No. Let me decide what I want to do. Apparently, there's a doorway to, the other reality that's happening. There's a show going on in the next Earth next door to us. Wouldn't that be wild if somebody actually... I would love to see a documentary where somebody snuck over there, found it, the new reality, and it's freaking dinosaurs, or it's a totally different human type beings, maybe the tall whites. See, I think the aliens that might be coming over here are from over there. Shing, 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 ding, ding, ding. I think they're from those other parts. See, I don't think we can travel the universe in space, even if you go the speed of light. Everything's going to have changed by the time you get back. You have to be able to have a portal or a way to go with a time machine. It just, there's no other way to do it that would be logical. If you left here, went to Andromeda, and came back, it's like 250,000 years later. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. But you wouldn't matter. You wouldn't matter. Let's say it's 500 years. Yeah, 500 years. Would be 1526. Do you know anybody from 1526? Do you know how different the world was in 1526? It's not even close. Go back 100 years. It's not even the same. Everything's different. All you gotta do is go back to Lincoln. Go back to Lincoln. 1860, 1852. Somewhere in there. Go back there and show them the iPhone. Say, hey, Prez, huh? How could you call me president? It was an accident. I don't think he grew that beard until later on. He was an ugly man, wasn't he? Lincoln and his wife were a perfect match for each other. They were. She was one ugly woman too. She was manly. Well, you had to be back in those days. Anyway, you just, it's a different world. So people that are 200 years in the future would be looking at us like we're stupid primates, right? They probably have. I'm hearing weird stuff. You hear that? Of course, it stops. Every time I talk, it's like I hear like a growling. Yeah, now it stops. Of course, it's very strange today. Today's a strange day. High strangeness at the Juju house. Anyway, we're going to talk about that, the false flag alien invasion, some UFO and paranormal news, some interviews, and things that go boom in the daytime. Yep, not at night anymore. Things that go boom in the day. Boom, ba-doom, boom. What's up, Skybird? Welcome to Thor. Welcome to Glenn Collins. Show welcomes you, my friend. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome. Juge Anje. Welcome to the EW is here. Kelly Lewis. Welcome to Paris Diamond. Welcome to Felicity. Welcome to FAP's here. FAPURDAY. Hi. Beza. 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 Beza's in the chat. Who's this guy? Anybody see Richie? You telling I'm looking for him, all right? I haven't played that in 2 years. I'm gonna keep coming back till somebody remembers seeing Richie. I think he's upstairs. You think he's upstairs? How you doing? Ozzy Boss Tiger Silver Fox Club. That's too much of a mouthful. I'm just gonna say Ozzy Tiger. We'll go back to that. Well, new lead food. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Cindy Crow. Metalhead. Oh, Metalhead. Yes, I did not do a show earlier today. I needed a day off. It's not in the mood. Wasn't in the mood to talk about anything in that field today. Just, I never missed a show. And, nobody cares anyway. There he is. How you doing? Huh? Helicity understands. What's up, FAP? So Helicity gets it. Rich. It's me. I'm telling you. I'll be in your head before you wake up. That's And you know what's weird about that? It's almost like, and Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal said this. He goes, it's almost as if you're trying to be like a ghost, like whoever that was. They're trying to, woo, right? Rich. God, I want to know who that is. Who can it be now? It's a weird thing. And then I found some other EVPs, and there was one where somebody's whistling. They go like something like this, like they play a little tune in my kitchen. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I keep thinking, well, maybe it's somebody, outside and it's picking it up. But that's my Uncle Tommy calling. It's my Uncle Tommy. Rich. No, because you know why I don't think it is? Because he called me Richie. 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 He always used Richie. That's why I think, and this is the most likely explanation, right? Occam's razor. The most likely, whatever is the easiest, the most likely is the right answer. I think somebody has access to my cameras and used a little microphone and tried freaking me out. I don't know. It's the only thing, man, because it's too clear. It's freaky. I got a lot of show to go to, so let's start where, I have a lot of things from last night that I never got to today. That I never got to that I want to do today, talk about today. But I got to clean up a little. Give me a second. I freaking every time the internet or the power goes out, I got to now I can't even open up anything on X. I hate X. I hate it. And I don't understand why it does this to me. After looking at, only on the computer it does it. I'll look at 4 or 5 stories, links, and then I can't open up any for another 2 to 5 minutes. So like right now, it's telling me to retry. Oops, something happened. Something went wrong. Try reloading. I hit retry and then nothing. And then in about 2 minutes, everything will work again and then it'll stop again. Oh, it opened up. Oh, that's a rare one. That never happens. Yeah, we looked at that. Let's see here. We looked at that. All right, this is where I left off. I had so many good things to go over last night. And some sightings that we're going to look at. There's a good one. Some of them just look fake. Joe Rogan had a really interesting interview and debate with Diane Pasulka, who I think is a POS. She's part of the problem. Part of the problem. Excuse. Now it stopped working again. Let me open up another one. I just heard somebody say, oh. I just heard somebody say, oh. Like right here next to me. It's so weird. I'm telling you. The power going on and off. I also have some really, really interesting bullshittery to show you from Christopher Bledsoe today. I was going to play it last night, but he was on, what's her name? Mayim Bialik? However you say her name. Yeah, he was on her show. And it's funny to watch her because she goes by Dr. Mayim Bialik. I'm like, no. No. You're not a doctor. You play one on TV. All right. So if I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. So welcome to the show. Let's get going. So I saw Anjali, of all people, who is in hiding, posted something on X. And it was pro-Greer. Very interesting. I wouldn't say pro-Greer, but she says there is speculation circulating the community that Dr. Greer lied about briefing President Trump on the phenomenon. Since well-known aerospace billionaire Robert Bigelow briefed him, as reported by George Knapp, which we're going to listen to in a minute. To clarify, The president has many advisors, and never just one on any topic or issue, multiple, always multiple. Nothing here, she says, proves that Greer did not also advise President Trump on the UFO phenomena and disclosure. Well, let me tell you something. Greer also says he briefed all the presidents. Clinton is his best one. Bush is another one. But he always talks about, I briefed Bill Clinton. No, you didn't do it personally. Okay? You didn't say, I'm at the White House. I got this docket, whatever the hell they call it. And I want to give it to the president personally. Doesn't work like that. And Anjali's right. There are many advisors. Anytime somebody wants the president to know, that's an advisement, right? The only thing we don't know is if when the receptionist or the handler gets it, does it actually make it to the president? Because they're gonna look at this and go, yeah, right. No, sorry. I'm not handing this over to the president. What do you want, my job? You never know. It could be like that. Biden can't read, so he never got anything. We know that. You never hear Greer talk about, I've advised Biden. He never. No, but Trump, of course, because Trump's the UFO guy. Greer knows how to play the deck. His final card is one of bullshittery. If I could die and nobody knows I'm full of shit for real, I win. Greer isn't full of shit. He's full of himself. And that's what sucks. Because you can't trust him. But listen to this. Knapp talking about Bigelow advising Trumpster. George Knapp does a good job still.
This is interesting stuff. Robert Bigelow has spent more than 40 years and tens of millions of his own dollars digging into UFOs and possible non-human intelligence interacting with humanity. He thinks the time has come for some sort of formal disclosure, and that Trump is the guy to do it. Coincidentally or not, in the 5 months since their White House meeting, the government has started releasing piles of UFO-related information.
Piles of shit?
And disclosure was one of the topics. And so when I was ready.
Lie. I don't believe him. He just did the cough in the hand. And disclosure was one of the topics. Right?
And disclosure was one of the topics. And so when I was ready, I asked to see him. And so February the 6th, I was in the Oval Office with the president.
Las Vegas tycoon Robert Bigelow has known Donald Trump for years, has donated millions to Trump's campaigns, and knew he'd get a formal sit-down at some point, but didn't know how much time he'd have to make his pitch. It turned out to be 75 minutes, a hefty chunk. Bigelow says a presidential aide cleared off the Resolute desk. Bigelow plopped down 7 reports on 7 subjects and jumped right into UFO disclosure.
Now, that's different than what Greerster says, right? That is way different than what Greer talks about. Greer never said, I sat at the Resolute desk, they cleared it out, I got all this information, and that. No, it never happened. I just briefed the president.
Was emphasizing that the disclosure process, starting with confirmation, is a big deal. That really is important for somebody like the President of the United States to say, yeah, they're real, they're here, and eliminate all the other nonsense, all the noise that's been going on for 80 years.
You go into it with an idea of not just things in the sky floating around, some mystery. We've got the goods. Somewhere there are crashes. Do you tell them that there are bodies, that there are crash retrieval vehicles of unknown origin, or how specific do you get on that?
I basically focused on him and how to prepare himself if he's not already prepared.
Bigelow declines to repeat anything the president said in response, not even gestures or facial expressions. The report he wrote for Trump included recaps of some notable, well-documented UFO incidents and cases, along with specific comments that could be shared with the public, including a suggestion that it be delivered in one of the quick exchanges the president has with reporters aboard Air Force One.
And this is what I want you to say, Mr. President. A non-human intelligent presence has been on Earth for a very long time, using spacecraft and with performances completely beyond our capabilities and our human physics. And that's it. To say nothing else. That's it. That's all. Because what this is disclosure, and it's actually confirmation.
Bullshit. It's not. It isn't. Do you guys know what confirmation is? Do you see how and this is why you can't trust Bigelow. They have a narrative. And that narrative is to let us believe something without evidence. They want us to be stupid and just blindly believe. So when the hologram displays alien ships alongside military ships shooting the real rockets and the real lasers and the real bombs, they want us to believe we're being attacked by aliens. False flag. Still doing it. That is right there. A prime example. Now, I don't have any evidence that's where he's going with it, but what makes the most sense to you? Why wouldn't we be able to see anything? Because if we see something and then they do the hologram thing and it's not what we saw, it's almost like blowing the cover on the whole thing. It's like, that's not what we saw. So they still can't show us anything because they have a plan to show us what they want to. So yeah, Trump can say, yeah, there's, aliens that have been here for as long as we've been here. Beep it up a doop. They have abilities in their ships. We don't. That's not confirmation. That's reiterating shit we already know. What's this, Anonymous Rex? With the super chat. Hey, man, thanks for hanging out. $5. Hey, Rich, do you have invisible aliens bothering you? Just kidding. Thanks for the show. Hey, man, I've got me bothering me. Not bothering me, just showing up. I don't know. It's too many years apart. If this would happen 5-6 times in a row in days, maybe then they'd be bothering me. But I know what you mean. I know you're half kidding. But I don't know what it is, man. I think somebody hacked my security camera. And I think it's my neighbor. And I think he just say, hey, Rich. I didn't hear it with my ears. So if that's any consolation to the phenomena, speaks a lot. In my opinion, that the fact that I didn't hear that and I'm right there in the room means that it's able to communicate on a level or a vibration I'm not on. But the security camera can pick it up. The odds of me finding that, it's what I say, 1 in 700 at least. The odds of me finding that are so astronomical. The fact that I even looked and wanted to listen to the new camera videos, something I've never done, even with the old camera. I'm telling you, man, the world, it's all planned out. I'm telling you. I don't know, man. Thank you very much, Anonymous Rex, continuing supporter of GoFund. Thank you very much. If you guys are able to support GoFund through PayPal or Cash App, that would be a great help if you could do that. Super chat, super stickers are awesome. YouTube takes, 30, 40% or whatever it is. But it's nothing like instant gratification. Or you can become a member. Thank you very much for the supers, and thank you guys for hanging out. Let's get back to the show. Anonymous Rex, good to see you, man.
Proposal to the president was a preemptive pardon, amnesty for the private contractors who've helped the government hide the truth for 80 years. Bigelow says he has direct knowledge of aerospace companies which have stashed and analyzed materials and craft of unknown origin. Their expertise will be vital in educating and reassuring the public, he says.
And if it's handled right, it can be done successfully.
If you were president, would you announce that, yes, we've got crash retrievals, yes, we have reverse engineering programs, and yes, we've got bodies?
Yeah, because the rest of the world already knows that. The people that count in Russia and China already know.
In the months since their February meeting, the White House has authorized an ongoing release of UFO files and videos, some of which were already in the public arena, with promises of more releases in the months ahead.
Balloons.
Bigelow isn't the only Trump whisperer interested in the subject.
And I think there's a stigma associated with this.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio was one of the most vocal members of Congress urging UFO transparency back when he was a senator. Donald Trump Jr. has raised the subject with his dad. Vice President J.D. Vance says he's fascinated too, but thinks UFOs might be demons. Bigelow won't say whether he made a dent in Trump's opinion about UFOs and ETs. The president's previous comments have been largely non-committal, although he has authorized the release of government files. The strongest part of the pitch might have been Bigelow's suggestion that UFO disclosure would cement Trump's place in history.
The world goes so fast, but the president that took on the challenge of disclosure and of confirmation and actually built a satisfactory conclusion of a relationship between human beings and that subject is going to go down in history as having really accomplished something.
What a dick. He'll go down as accomplishing something. Fuck you. Trump's done more than the last 5 presidents combined in his 2 terms. It's no joke. Look, a year ago they were talking about the Peace Prize. And then then we had to go to this war for another show. They had to go to the war. No, look, for 47 years, nobody's done anything with Iran. Get over it. You know what's really weird? I never, ever talk about super controversial things here. We're going to talk about super controversial stuff right now. Britney Spears. I know. I get that same feeling when I hear the name. But listen to this. Reveals demonic Erica Kirk. Wait a second. How did this happen? Traffic. No. I can't. That's not the story. Oh my God. How weird. Hold on. I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah, here's what it is. Ariana Grande. The reason I got confused because it's the same guy. TPV Sean on X. But I'm gonna talk about it. Ariana Grande says Leonardo DiCaprio forced her to eat children. You can't make this stuff up. It says it right here. Ariana Grande has admitted she is dying of Kuru in a harrowing conversation with Alicia Silverstone Ariana named her killer, Leonardo DiCaprio, Hollywood's most protective predator, and according to Grande, a Kuru super spreader. Claims she was tricked into eating child meat and drinking adrenochrome under the guise of creative ritual. I know that's not ufological or paranormal, but it is demonic, in my opinion. All right, we'll do that another night. It's really scary. No, it is. It is. That's why she's losing all that weight. Can you imagine? Everybody joked about him, DiCaprio, dating girls half his age. It's true. He didn't deny it. He likes them young. What's the saying? Young, dumb, and full of yum yum. You know the rest. All right, let's get to another strange but true. Joe Rogan with, what's her name? Diana Pasulka. Now, I'm one of the few people who first came out and said Diana Pasulka does not have our best interest at heart when it comes to ufological things. She's part of the problem, just like Bigelow. Bigelow's got money, so he can get close to the president. He knows Trump. He's a real estate guy. Why do you think he sold Skinwalker Ranch to another real estate guy? They all know each other. They're all in on it. They're all part of the narrative, the story they want us to believe in. And Bigelow acts like he's just some regular citizen. I'm just a regular guy with billions of dollars. No, you're not. You're a problem. And so is Diana Pasulka. Right? It says here, this argument was about the first famous UFO sighting made in the United States by Kenneth Arnold in 1947. You can see in the clip here what the sighting looked like compared to the Nazi ships in 1947. Joe Rogan said, "We were dealing with propeller planes. We didn't have anything remotely close to alien technology." And Pasulka says, "We might have just reverse engineered those German fighter planes. They look just like the alien ships." This is a good conversation, though. No, it is. It's fun. It's fun. We're going to listen to it. Is this it? Yeah, here it is.
Lazar describes the craft itself. It was like it was 3D printed. Well, there was no 3D printing in 1989, right? Well, there is now.
That we know of.
That we know of. But there is now. But that's the thing is that we know of. There's only so far you can go with that line of thinking. Is when you go back far enough, it doesn't work. So like you go back to 1947. 1947, you're dealing with propeller planes. Okay, propeller planes and then also novel propulsion systems that can instantaneously travel from one place to another. You know, they can go like what happened with the Tic Tac, where they have it on radar going from 50,000 feet down to sea level in less than a second. So that's technology that we had in 2004. That doesn't seem likely, right? And it might be the case, but then you go far enough back to like the what was the guy's name? Kenneth Arnold.
Yeah.
Those sightings, which was what
47.
47?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's no way.
Like a couple months, like
right
after Roswell, before Roswell, I can't remember.
So there's no way. We didn't have that technology then. There's no way they would have such superior advanced technology that our fighter jets looked like toys. They just whiz past them.
Well, I hear that, but I don't know if you've seen the images of Kenneth Arnold's plane, but it looks like that German fighter plane. So it looks exactly like that. Maybe we reverse engineered that and had it. I don't know. I'm just
like how fast? It wasn't that fast. He said he saw, like, he's got a fucking propeller plane.
I did just look up the first turbojet engine plane was 1941.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
1941?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Were they using that for fighter jets back then?
1947 there was them flying around World War II.
In 47, they had fighter jets that had propeller turbojet. Yeah, but a turbojet is a propeller.
Here's the
Like if you fly, I've flown in turbojet propeller planes before, and they're pretty dope.
Those are the pictures coming up.
Oh, okay. So that does look like a jet engine.
It's definitely something different.
Right. What did the planes look like back then? So pull up a fighter jet from 1947. See, those are
Well, wait.
propellers.
The thing that it was a specific plane that looked exactly like what he saw. It was a German plane.
Well, that one that Jamie just pulled up is pretty crazy because
Okay.
it's circular.
No, I know, but the other ones looked. I mean, literally exactly. They were called wing planes because they looked like wings, basically.
I understand, but even those right there, those are still propeller planes. That is what Kenneth Arnold says he saw.
Yeah.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
Like whatever the fuck that is, it's crazy. And he saw that thing skipping across the sky.
Okay, wait a minute, Jamie. If you
So
can keep going and looking
the
for
idea
it.
that our best shit.
It's HO something.
Okay, the idea that our best shit is propeller planes, but yet we also have these things with no visible means of propulsion that are all flying at 1,000 miles an hour or whatever it was, several thousand miles an hour.
Couldn't have been quiet either. I think.
Right. Yeah, it's just weird. If you go back far enough, it doesn't make sense that there's superior technology that's not being utilized ubiquitously across the entire military.
Well, I think that most likely if they have something that they want. Okay, so this is again speculation, all right?
Right.
I don't know. I entertained the idea.
This is 80 years ago.
No, I know that. I entertained the possibility that they had some pretty amazing stuff.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
all right.
I just don't think that's possible. I
And
don't,
that we still have it, and that's what.
maybe today. I would say in 2026, 80 years later, with all the technological advancement, maybe there's some crazy shit that they have today, and I bet there is. Like, look at this thing.
This is a German bomber from
There,
World War
that
II.
is, yeah.
Whoa!
That's what I'm
Kinda looks
saying.
just like that
all right,
thing.
you got to believe
Is that real?
me.
But that's just
Jamie,
a drawing.
you're a witness. No, that's an.
But that's not a. Is that a photograph?
No, they have a photograph of those. I am not kidding
I'm just
you.
sticking with
Okay.
you. I was trying to just start with that. And I'll keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
So look at that upper left-hand corner. It says secret Nazi UFO.
Yeah.
But are
they
these
had that
photographs?
then. Yes, they're photographs.
That's a photograph.
I mean, that could
Yeah.
be AI, but that's.
No, it's not.
I'm just to be.
Okay, well, does it say up there?
6
It says a Horton.
Yeah, the
Ho
Horton. Yeah.
229, a
That's
German
right.
prototype.
Yeah.
Plane from 1945.
So
Only
literally,
3 were
this.
built.
See, I'm telling you, Joe, this looks exactly like Arnold's.
It does.
UFO.
It really does.
Okay, thank you.
A jet-powered flying wing craft. That looks.
So that's
that
what I'm
literally looks
saying.
exactly like it.
So if I'm right about that, then you should listen to my speculations.
Right, but how fast did this go?
All right.
Let's see.
That's pretty
Someone
dope.
could have been pushing it to the limit.
I can't believe they had something like that.
You know,
How are the Germans so fucking advanced?
I know.
And so evil at the same time. Like, what the hell? Okay, designed. Where is it?
560 miles an hour. 600 miles an hour.
And how fast was Kenneth Arnold's craft able to go? 621 miles an hour. Wow.
So, he saw these in formation. So we were most likely doing something with those. What?
So
The
you
United
mean
States.
the United States? So you think that we had acquired that technology?
We did. We acquired it. We were utilizing it.
Right. So Operation Paperclip, we brought over a bunch of these
that's
Nazi
right.
scientists.
Yep.
And so you think that what he saw was these Nazi crafts
So
that they had
yes,
built.
I think so. But that doesn't take out a lot of weirdness about it because he also had a lot of very strange, anomalous experiences, Men in Black experiences, paranormal experiences.
Kenneth Arnold did?
Yeah. So
Really?
and to him, he interpreted this as being religious.
Kenneth Arnold. That was before Roswell, 6 months or 3 months before Roswell happened. I always found that weird that it would happen at the same year, same time, pretty much, I always found that It is. It's very strange. You know? Very strange. Have you heard of this these entities called the Nine? The CIA is terrified of them. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so what were the Nine?
So okay. It's complex, but apparently they're a group of entities that are basically overseeing the universe, I guess is the simplest way to say.
Okay, so they're aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Aliens are like divine spirits.
More like divine spirits.
Oh, okay.
Because they've never really said, we look like this or we're shaped like
they
this.
They had a spokesman called Tom.
They never said we're from Zeta Reticuli. Or
No.
Okay.
They're more of like, and just an intelligence that can be contacted through this method of trance.
Conjuring.
And that they're out there, they're overseeing not just Earth, but the universe. They're overseeing what happens with the planet because it's all part of a cosmic plan, and they're making sure things don't happen and that kind of thing. But it's a group of intelligences is the best way I guess you could describe it.
Okay.
And they communicate through certain people, usually through psychic people. And for whatever reason, there's only like a few that they've come through. It's this guy, Dr. Vinod, the Indian guy in the 50s, and then apparently Uri Geller in the 70s.
Uri Geller is a hack, a lie. Oh my God, these people believe in the dumbest shit, in the wrong people. Nobody can prove they can communicate with aliens. Nobody. 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 Not one person is able to do it. Where's the proof? I don't want to hear that, we gotta wait until we can progress into and we all become one in the consciousness and the vibratory systems. That's their loophole for bullshittery. Speaking of bullshittery, because I'm not feeling great right now, I'm in and out of consciousness pretty much. All right. Listen to the biggest bullshitter on the internet as of now.
Started. Well, I'd have to go all the way back to childhood because of what was implanted in me from a young child.
Oh, yeah.
So in the book, I write about 2 years old being set on fire and extreme burns on my legs and stuff. By the time I was 10, I was shot point blank with a gun in the back, shotgun, blew a hole in me this big in my back. And a 10-year-old, imagine, near-death experience.
Show us the hole.
And then a number of other things that caused me to believe, because they were such strange accidents, scaffolds breaking that shouldn't, throwing me down.
Dude, do you know how many strange things happened to me? And I'm not calling on intervention from no fucking white bitch that comes out of nowhere. As a white lady, we gotta come to Earth, and we're gonna make things better, and the Earth is failing in the Earth, and fuck you. They all have the same bullshit message and no proof of it. I'm so sick of these people. Him especially. This guy's dangerous because he makes people believe because he's got such a kind demeanor. It's a bullshit acting job. You know the guy behind closed doors going, motherfucking biggers, I hate these motherfuckers. Man, I tell you, if I have to do this shit another 5 years, I'm going to blow my own brains out. What you doing in there, Ethel? You making my pot pie, you bitch. That's how he is, probably. And then I get on the camera and I'm telling you, I'm just a special breed. You. Jackhole.
5 stories and cars exploding, brand new car, put me in the hospital. I always thought that there was something trying.
I just went through that weird shit, cannabis hypermeresis syndrome for 5 years, throwing up all the time, right? Every week. That's strange. I had a cinder block fall on my foot, flattened it out. I went like this, and it became back to normal like a cartoon. I had to wear a cast for 6 weeks. Right? Fell down a flight of stairs. Leg turned totally backwards. Went like this again, rub it, beep, back into place. In a car accident. Got thrown out of the side window, landed on my feet, landed in bushes, perfectly fine at 50 miles an hour. Must be my guardian angel. It must be. I bought my brand new Camaro first time. Wasn't used to how light it was in the back. Tried to make a yellow light on the left. The street was a little wet. I'm doing 35, 45, through the intersection. Making the turn. Did a 360 twice. Went between the power pole and an electrical box. I broke the axle on the car, but another time, another Z28, the gas pedal stuck. And I started going 40, 50, 60, didn't know what to do. Turn the car off, go through an intersection, go up on the 18th green of a golf course. Not a scratch on me. Front 2 tires were popped, but I'm okay. Nobody got hurt. I've got a whole bunch of these. Doesn't mean there's a white lady looking over me. I could make shit up, write a book, have much better, more realistic shit than Fruit Stick here. This is what makes me so mad about this. I don't like him because he's a bullshitter. Everything that happens to you is just some sort of miracle. I'm different breed. I'm being protected by the white bitch. Now, talk about the most racist thing of all. I mean, who could be more racist than that guy? The accent, the the Forrest Gump attitude. He's just like Forrest Gump. Without the enlightening stories, right? He makes them up and people buy it, hook, line, and sinker. Where's my book? Right? That's the difference between people like us. And when I say us, I mean you guys here. You guys come here because you know what you're going to get, right? Maybe, I don't know. But you kind of relate. That's why we don't have hundreds and hundreds of people here, because everybody wants to believe in the miraculous and the unbelievable, because people are insecure with their lives and they want to believe there's something better than this. I got news for you. There might be and there might not be. We all hope it's better, right? We're all, from the day we're born, indoctrinated into a belief of a heaven and hell, depending on your religion. If you're born in America, most likely you're Christian, right? I don't know about nowadays, but, we all kind of have that belief. And when people use it to their advantage to make themselves known because they're insecure, like this Fruit Stick here, this is the worst of the worst. It doesn't get any worse than this. The fact that he was on, I think, CNN or MSNBC, one of those Fruit Stick channels, talking about this shit, it amazes me. Like, how? Why? And didn't he talk to go to the White House or some shit like that? Man, I'm sure Thor in the chat room, I'm sure of this, you've got way better stories than this fruit stick. Right? But you're not looking for a handout or a book deal or a documentary. Metalhead probably has better stories than all of us put together. Right? Doesn't mean he's being guided by some white bitch and some freaking stupid orbs that, I gotta tell you, his evidence is so awful. And I'm angry now. Now I'm angry because I hate looking at him. I'm trying not to look at him right now. He triggers me. I don't know why. I believe this guy is evil. I'm telling you, I do. And he's coming across as if he's great. He's coming across as if I got a message. No, you don't. And you already messed up. Oh, we got a prediction in April. No, wait. It didn't happen. We're going to push it to August. You know what I mean? They all do that. Uri Geller got me on this. Hearing Uri Geller as being a credible dude. Credible? Uri Geller is the biggest con. Oh my God. And people buy into it. He bent spoons. No, he didn't. He made my watch start. The battery died. He made it start. No, he didn't.
And to end my life. And I lived that way thinking, was trying to get me because these just really weird accidents. And
yeah, something's out to get him. Psychosis, paranoia, delusional. The reason I am so mad, and I know some of you are going to say, Rich, you're paranoid. You sound delusional. Did you hear my EVP? Did I say, oh, yeah, I'm being guided. I'm being visited by a white bitch or some entity? No. I call them what they are. Dreams and EVPs. EVPs are real. I never said they were fake. My EVP is better than everything this guy has. Everything. It just makes me angry that these people still go around. And then I see Third Phase of Moon, right? I love those guys. I do. Even though, we haven't talked for a long time. And they put this guy on their channel who says he can summon UFOs, and he is the biggest con artist in the summoning community. I look at that guy, I get equally mad, and I get frustrated because Third Phase, they know that this guy brings in the views, and it brings in the mystique and the mystery of it all. And fine, I mean, they're grown men; they're going to do what they want. But nobody's calling anybody out on shit. Nobody. Why do I have to be the guy to do it? Vetted has been doing it, thank God. People take him a little more seriously because he's not as mean as me, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't get to... was there another super chat? I just saw that one. I'm sorry if I didn't get to them. I'll go back and look. Paris Diamond, with another $5 super, says, what if the Monroe Institute programs a select few and they carry out the agenda without knowing that they were programmed? Huh? Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, show me that money. Prove it. Let's see it. Yeah. Maybe they do program a select few and then they carry out the agenda without knowing that they were programmed. Probably. I'd love to see it. I'd like to know which one of those are being programmed. I wonder. Yeah, that is an interesting thought. Yeah, I like that one. That'll make you think. You know what I mean? Let me see if I missed anything else. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it was the invisible aliens. Oh, yeah, Anonymous Rex. That was the last one. Paris, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. But why not? They could program them and they wouldn't even know that, oh, this is part of the experiment. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you some words. And these words are going to let you see into the future. Something like that, right? So I'm wondering, if Jack Hole here went to a psychic, this guy here, he probably went to a psychic that was made part of the Monroe Institute and probably programmed him without even knowing it. You know what? Oh, you know what? I'm being told I have to tell you something. It's from a lady. Yes, it's the white lady. That's the bitch I was telling you about. Oh, she has a message for you. And she says every time you hear the word pickle, you're going to imagine the white lady came to visit you. She wants you to know that she's always around. She is always around. I can't see her. Pickle, there she is. Something like that. I'm sure somebody programmed him and told him a bunch of bullshit. And he's like, yeah, it's true. It's true. The mind, that's why in drug testing and shit, they give people a placebo. And those people literally get better thinking that they're taking the serum, not knowing, also knowing that there could be the placebo, but it's mind over matter. And in some cases, I believe you're going to see stuff because you believe in it so badly that you literally program yourself. I wonder if that's a thing. Can you program yourself? I think you can. And what do they call psychosis? Is it dementia? No, it's not. Dementia's random. It's not Alzheimer's, but I think this guy self-programmed himself. Yeah, I believe. I think, see, what you want to know what I told you guys before. I think he's had dreams because this is all he talks about. This is his scam. This is his life. He has to go to bed every night making up stories and new shit. I mean, what a miserable life to know that you're a fraud and that you're playing everybody. No, this guy knows he's a fraud. All of them know they're frauds. All of them know it. That's the weird thing. The girl who went on that podcast and was doing the thing and she's looking underneath the mask. By the way, I never got the mask thing. It never came. They were these ones that came, they were supposed to come from China. It was 6 weeks. And I still haven't received them. It's still in waiting, believe it or not. It's been postponed now, like almost indefinitely. I think I might cancel and just order a totally, but they're the ones that look just like hers. And I wanted to do it exactly like that. But she's all doing, God. And I think the chubbier the cheeks, the easier it is to cheat. Cheeks equal cheats. Thank you, Paris. This guy. Hold on, let's see. 4 hours missing. Let's hear about this piece of shit.
Knowing what happened in those 4 hours. Let me back up a bit before I left. We pulled to the river at 2:30. So I'm not into fishing. I said, I'm going to go in the woods and look for a deer. Maybe I can sit by a tree. I was in my head bad, wondering, thinking, what do I do, you know? Come out of the woods about 4:15, 4:20, check on them, because it's getting dark in the woods by now. The sun sets at 5:30 in January. And the tree canopy is pretty dark. So I came out, came to where they were. And I'm like, do you want to go home or do you want to fish some more? They're like, let's fish. We just got here. I said, well, it's going to get cold tonight. We better get a fire going. So we went around the little acre of grass and picked up a lot of dead wood. 10 minutes after 5, we had the fire going. I checked my watch. I said, I'm going to walk up to the gate.
Oh, my God.
And
oh, my God. He's plagiarizing the story of the 4 guys who went camping. Do you know the story? 2 of them were twins. And the other 2 of their friends. They built this fire, right, on the edge of the lake. And they said it was roaring. And this fire would have lasted at least 4 to 5 hours. Sound familiar already, right? I don't know what he's going to say, but I have a feeling he's going to say that I went to a special place where I fish, and I know that fire was raging. And when I came back with my fish, everybody was looking like, where you been? The fire's out. I bet you he's going to talk about that fire being so bright, it would have lasted at least 4 to 5 hours. Watch.
Look for wildlife. That wasn't my intention. It was just to walk and think. I got up there, and there were these 2 balls of fire. The third one appeared, and the next thing I know, I'm walking up to the fire where these guys are, and I'm about 50 yards away, walking, coming out of the dark, so they couldn't see me. I didn't have a flashlight. But I could see them standing there looking down at a little teeny fire. It was a big fire.
Told you.
And I scared them real bad because I just come out of the dark right where, and I spoke, and they jumped, and where have you been? I said,
am I a genius? Am I a freaking genius? He plagiarized the story. Like we're not going to figure that one out.
What do you mean? I was just up at the field. He said, no, where have you been? I said, I was just up at the field. I've been 20 minutes ago. They said, no, you've been gone 4 hours.
Told you.
I couldn't believe it for nothing. Then I noticed Chris Jr. wasn't there.
Like him and his kid couldn't have planned this any better anyway. Let's say they purposely did this. It's only been 20 minutes. Where's Chris Jr.? Oh, here he comes. Dad, I was looking all over for you. We were right next to each other. How much you want to bet that's what happens next?
He was with me. So I panicked. I took off. They told me we had gone in the woods where I had gone earlier in the day, the back of the cul-de-sac. He went in there looking for me while 2 of those guys took my truck,
Told you.
Drove up to find me, and 1 person at the fire. Well, what had happened when I got back, Junior wasn't there. They said he'd been missing 2 hours. He went looking for you on foot, and we can't find him either. So, oh, my God, that's all I could think. He's lost in these big woods, you know. I still think 20 minutes has passed, is all. So I left. I hadn't stopped with them at the fire 3 minutes till I discovered this, and I took off running to the back of that cul-de-sac. I'm shouting for him. And I hear him rustling in the bushes. And
how does he know it's him?
What happened was he had backed himself up under them bushes to hide. Because what he'd seen was when he was out looking for me, the guys were going in the truck. He could see a good quarter mile down the path to where it turned left, right? And at the very end of that path, he saw 2 little red balls of light come out of one side and cross the road to the other. And immediately he thought, maybe this is military, because they use red flashlights a lot. Because it looked like two little red.
Do you know how stupid that sounds? The military uses red flashlights. Why would that even be a thought in anybody's head? I thought it was the military, he said, that they were using red flashlights.
Flashlight. And he went up, told the guys, one of the guys at the fire, that he'd seen this and tried to point it out, and he never saw it. So he went back where he was.
How old was he at this time?
17. And when he went back to that spot, he looks, and they come back out of the woods on the riverside, back in the road, and here they start to him. These two little balls of light about the size of your hand coming down the road.
Why did he do this? Two little balls of light the size of your hand. What he was doing, like they were tall. Did you see that? Two little balls of light, and then he realized what he said was wrong, and then he goes, they're about the size of your fist. One you could put right up your keister hole. Well, take a look.
On the riverside, back in the road, and here they start to him. These two little balls of light about the size of your hand coming down the road. They get within 15, 20 feet of him, and they're not balls of light. They're glowing eyes. Each one looked like one, but when they get close enough, they're two round, red glowing eyes. And they were 3 to 4 feet tall, little translucent glowing beings. They look like black in the dark if they're not glowing, because they're translucent. And their eyes are round, and anyhow, it scared him real bad. He couldn't talk, he couldn't speak, he couldn't yell, totally paralyzed.
A perfect loophole to not have to explain shit. Why didn't you yell? I couldn't. Why didn't you yell and get our attention? I was too scared. Because you were hiding and didn't want anybody to know where you were, so you and Daddy can play missing time.
I found him. Those beings were still there when I walked up to him, because he saw them. And that broke whatever they were doing, but then they had him paralyzed. He couldn't move. That's one reason it traumatized him so bad.
Is this your boy who's with us?
Yeah. He come out of the... Today's the first time he ever spoke about.
Yeah, this is Fruit Stick Light over here.
About it publicly in the last 20 years later.
Shut off. Shut off. He's told that story different ways, and you can see how it's a made up story. Because when he said they're two little balls, in other stories that he's told of the same thing, he probably said when he saw the red lights, they were really just beings 3 to 4 feet tall, but they at first they were a ball of light. Well, that's what they looked like. And then the ball of light turned into two eyeballs, because when they were far away, it looked like it was one ball. And then when they get closer, it kind of spread apart so you could see. And it was translucent, dark. If their eyes was closed, you could just see right through them. They were dark. Do you know how stupid that sounds? So when their eyes are open, you could see it lit them up. But when they blink, they can't see them. Oh wait, now I can see. No, can't see them. Oh, there they are. Oh, can't see them. Oh wait, there they are. Such a dumb story. What a dummy. See, I don't believe him at all. There's so many holes in that story. And the people, this is what bothers me. People who I once thought were smart shared their experience going over to his house. This was when I was friends with Dave Scott and I was going on his show. and a couple of, I guess definitely one. I think there was 2 people that stayed over at his house, Christopher Bledsoe's house, for 5 days. And he said, no, I went over there skeptical, and it came out, no, Rich, it's real. It's definitely happening. No evidence, Oh, we couldn't use the cameras. So what? We weren't allowed to use the cameras. Why? Because they wouldn't show up if we had cameras. What a great loophole. It just goes to show you, if you want real evidence and you go over to that guy's house, he won't let you capture any. It's only what he wants you to see. And all of the evidence that Christopher Bledsoe and his retarded kid had shown us are blurry spheres, bullshit. I mean, bullshit in satellites, drones. There's one where you go, oh, that's definitely not a drone. And you can hear it. If I keep talking about him, I'm going to lose it. I can only do so much. It hurts. I've got so much stuff to talk about. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. All right. Let me see what I got here. Oh, I already did this. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to show you this Chinese sighting from a moon UFO, a UFO from the moon. I don't know, man. This might be one of the best videos. It's from September 29, 2022. And Chinese captured this disc-shaped object, the typical disc-shaped object. I mean, it's a sports model. And I think it might be real. If anything's real, this might be it.
Se trata sin la menor duda de uno de los videos más...
Can I get a translation on this? Let me see here. What is this? Captions?
Espectaculares.
Could not transcribe the audio. Well, that's just great.
Que se han registrado en la investigación de este fenómeno, que demuestra la presencia de naves de origen no humano, desplazándose muy cerca de la superficie lunar.
Must be Jaime Maussan.
Observemos una vez más. De acuerdo a la información en redes sociales de China, este avistamiento fue registrado el 29 de septiembre del 2022 por un testigo desconocido en esta misma nación, y que asimismo no tenía ninguna intención de
When it gets away from the moon right here, I don't know.
grabar ovnis.
It's weird. Watch. It turns right when it gets to the divider here. It starts to bank. It's a little too clear for me. You can actually see little gaps there. See that? It's pretty cool.
Este visitante apareció de manera fortuita en el ángulo superior izquierdo y quedó registrado gracias a que el autor estaba utilizando una cámara P1000 de la marca Nikon con un lente de 3000 milímetros, lo que le permitió grabar con enorme nitidez el paso de este disco muy cerca de la superficie de nuestro satélite natural.
True.
Un evento pocas veces documentado en la historia, ya que, en esta ocasión, no fue un telescopio, sino una cámara profesional de largo alcance la que grabó con alta definición este evento extraordinario. Incluso, usted mismo, en circunstancias similares, podría convertirse en testigo de un evento muy importante como este. Es difícil determinar exactamente a qué distancia se encontraba de la Luna este dispositivo de origen no humano. Sin embargo, no queda la menor duda de que esta estructura era de dimensiones considerables.
He's right. It's consistent with a lot of things we've seen. And they used a telescope with a camera on it. That's how they captured it, obviously. And they're saying it's very consistent the way it looks with the film, the moon. Everything looks to be legit. So that's what that is. Maybe. Who knows? Whoa, that was weird. Let me play this for you. It says, is this real? Okay, this one is new footage from a military cockpit, and it reveals a UFO. And at first, it was observed as a black container-like object. Then they say it transformed into a white sphere. Now, I didn't see it. I only watched the first 15 seconds, so I didn't see it turn into the white thing. Let's see if it's because of shadows or just bad CGI, AI, I.
There's some kind of object that's suspended in the air. It's hard to tell. It's pretty small. I cannot see it outside of my eyes. Of a targeting pod. You can see something. I can't tell if it's metallic or what. And there's
Okay, so we could already see it's turning white. Why? Why? The clouds are below it. Why would that happen here? Well, I'm thinking because it was maybe more flatter. See how it was more horizontal? But don't you think if the sun is to the right and it's tilting upward as it's going towards the sun, why would it be light here? Wouldn't this lip make it darker? It's got to be some sort of bad angle, and I don't understand the trajectory or something.
But there's, I can see like lines coming down below, but I can't see anything below it.
Whoa, wait, how'd that change? It went from up to down. Look, it went up, and then how many seconds later?
Oh, but I can't see anything below it.
3 seconds later, it's different. Why isn't he sticking with it? Oh, is he turning now? So for all we know, it could be a different object at this time. It could be a different one.
Pretty small. I don't know, size of like a...
This is bullshit. I'm getting a feeling of bullshittery. Where's the HUD? The heads-up display.
One looking outside is kind of like a blackish. I'm gonna call it like a container.
Wait a second.
Can't really tell. I'm gonna call it a balloon. You can definitely see strings hanging down below, but I don't see anything below.
Did he say there's strings hanging down below?
I don't see strings hanging down below.
Oh yeah, there was a string.
I don't see anything below it.
It's a balloon. It's gotta be. Or it's taking a dump. Come on. Come on. Yeah, this is bullshit. I call bullshit. I'm calling fake on that. I do. I think it's fake. All right. I've got an alien. I don't know if I've never shown this version. There are different versions. But this to me looks very fake. The arms look like you'll see he's in a chair, and when they move him, one of the arms, the whole thing looks like it's connected. No, it's rubber. Yeah, take a look. And the eyes, if these were real, if this was a living being, wouldn't the eyes blink at all? I mean, if they're going to have a mouth, a nose holes, and eyeballs, doesn't it blink? You ever notice, even with J-Rod, it doesn't blink? They don't blink. Don't they have anything to clean the sludge off their eyes? Look at how fake the arm looks already. Look at it, just bouncing around. Those eyes look so stupid. Look at that. How come the thing doesn't move its mouth? You know? Oh, look at the eyeball there. It's a little lower, right? It looks like he's got his eyes closed a little more. Let's take a look and go back. No, it's the same. I thought that was a cute one to show you guys. So, flat Earth. You guys don't believe it, huh? It would take some sort of Herculean effort to make me believe the Earth is flat. But sometimes the video evidence is just wicked. Like going up, seeing the firmament.
You know, at this point, it should come as no surprise in the big 2025 that we're receiving videos like this now, where we're actually seeing people fly so high up into the sky where they see the firmament and the waters above. If you haven't heard about that, you just haven't been on the internet long enough, because there's literally the sky. Do you know why it's blue? It's because it's water. And then you'll go into space pretty much. And space is just another ocean that is sitting above all of us. And this was actually revealed to us a few years ago in a Hennessy commercial. I'll show it to you now just in case you forgot about it. And this blew everyone's mind when it first came out. They're putting the truth in plain sight to say that, but it happens so often. They fly straight up and then they're in space, but oh wait, there's another barrier above it. This is what they don't show you in NASA's footage. They don't show you what is actually all the way up there. And there's another ocean, which was talked about in the Bible and all the ancient books, most of which were hidden under the Vatican archives, and we can't even read about them, so we don't even know most of human history. But they drip it out to us a little bit in our movies and TV shows, and rarely sometimes our commercials. So it's basically just showing us that there is a firmament all above us, but there is another place to travel to, such as beyond the ice wall.
Wouldn't it make sense that we are underwater right now? Wouldn't it make sense? As above, far below. What is that? As above, go below. I don't know. That's all I can do for tonight, man. I didn't think I'd make it this far. I have got to go. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thank you, super chatters, moderators, newcomers, veterans, making this chat room interesting and very fun for y'all. Hope you made some new friends while you were here, and the old ones are still having fun. And it looks like in the next day or two, I'm putting a video up for the members, and I think you'll enjoy it. And some other stuff coming out too. So keep your eyes open. So thanks again for hanging out. Sorry I couldn't go longer. I've got a lot of stuff to go over still, but you know, that's what tomorrow's for. So we'll see what we can do for tomorrow. Other than that, oh yeah, the false flag alien invasion. Didn't I talk about that? Yeah, we talked about that early on, I think. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's the same thing. No, we talked about it. All right. Hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Sad. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, wonderful evening, and alien bless. Beep, beep, boop, boop.
There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies of Moses, and why did it down one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new data story that some technically proves we're not alone in the universe. UFO in the form of a bright light descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
Oh.